Do you want to know how to fill in letters like this and get great results with your foil transfer kit? You'll need a chunky font such as this one. Type your text and then change the operation to foil and choose medium and the colour of your foil. Now you need to ungroup your text. Select the first letter and go to the offset tool on the top bar. Change the distance measurement to -0.03, then hit apply. Go back to the offset tool and repeat. The measurement you put in won't change, so you will just need to click apply each time. Keep hitting apply until the letter's filled in and then move on to the next letter. This method doesn't fill in the letters completely, but I do like the effect it gives. And here's a quick tip to stop the foil from rubbing off. Use hairspray. A quick spray over the card will stop the foil from rubbing off. To get the best results with your foil transferring, it can help to go over your design twice with your Cricut machine. And it is still possible to do this if you are using other operations in your project. For this card, I used the draw, cut and foil operations. And here's how I still managed to go over the daisies and the text twice with the foil. On this design, I have a gold metallic outline, cut out hearts, and the daisies and the text are foil. Once you've created your design, go to the Make It page. You'll see at the top of the left panel the list of operations and the order in which your Cricut machine will perform them. I find it works best if I move my design box down an inch and in an inch, and cut my piece of material large enough to allow for at least a 1-inch border. This will allow for enough space to attach the foil to the material. Once it's in position on your mat, hit continue. And then you need to select the material that you're using. I'm using a medium cardstock. Design Space will then tell you which tools and materials to load. So for this project, I loaded the gold metallic pen and the foil transfer tool with the medium tip. You can also see underneath the tools and materials that you're going to be needing next. Once your tools are in place, you'll need to prepare your mat. I go with a belt and braces approach to loading my materials onto my mat because I don't want any slippage that could ruin the project. So I make sure my cardstock is firmly attached and then I add some washi tape for extra security. When your mat's ready, slide it in between the white guides on your machine and press load. And when your machine is ready, press start. And your machine will draw the outline with the gold metallic pen. Now go back to Design Space for the next instructions. There's a helpful reminder to not unload the mat. Then you'll ask to make sure that your foil transfer tool is loaded with the right tip and in clamp B, and that you have attached your foil shiny side up onto your base material. Cut a piece of foil that is larger than your design but slightly smaller than your cardstock, and use your sticky strips to attach your foil nice and securely to your cardstock and ensure that it is as taut as you can make it. When you're ready, press start on your machine and watch your machine do its magic. Once it's finished, Design Space will show you the next steps. It will remind you again not to unload the mat and will tell you to remove the gold foil and to load the fine point blade. But if you want to go over your design again with the foil, don't do either of those things. Instead, just take out the nib from the housing tool and replace it in clamp B, and remove your pen from clamp A if you haven't already done so. And when you're ready, press start. Your machine will go through the motions of doing the cutting operation without actually making contact with your project. Once it's finished, Design Space will tell you to unload your materials, but you don't want to do that. So don't hit done or unload your material. Instead, put your transfer nib back into the housing and replace it in clamp B. Double check your foil and material are still secure on your mat and press start. Your Cricut machine will now go through the motions of a draw operation, but because there is no pen in clamp A, it won't make any contact with your project. Once it's finished, Design Space will tell you what the next steps are, but as you're already ready for this, you can just press start. So long as the mat hasn't been unloaded, your Cricut machine will now go over your design accurately with the foil transfer tool. Once it's finished, Design Space will show you the next steps. This time, again without unloading the mat, you will want to remove the gold foil and load the fine point blade into clamp B. I don't know about you, but I love the foil reveal. I was so pleased with these results. Once your blade is in place, hit start and your machine will do the cutting operation which will finish off the project. And finally you get to unload your material. I was really pleased with how it turned out. To finish it off, I cut off a couple of pieces from the foil remnants and glued them behind the hearts. And then I used my Cricut glue pen to fill in the centre of the daisies and burnished with foil. I really loved how this card turned out. Another way to fill in missing pieces, like on this foiled rose, is to use a manual scoring tool. If you hold your foil remnant up to the light, you can see more easily any bits that have been missed. Place your foil over the design and line it up accurately. If it's not too complicated, you should be able to see fairly easily. Then use your scoring tool to go over the missed bits. You will need to press quite firmly, and as you can see, it was quite effective. Here's another look at the foil before I used the scoring tool, and then again after. I hope you found this video helpful. If you know of any other tips and tricks, then please share in the comments below. Bye bye for now.